today. It's a new day. They're both fresh because of the format that we have here at Red Rock, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Kaitlyn Christian will start us off with first serve over to Parris Todd. Right away, Todd earns a miss and the side out. Got away from Todd and trading side outs early to start, and mentioned that gold medal winning performance for Parris Todd in Tucson. It ended a 32-month drought, Michelle, since her previous singles title came several years ago.
You know, when it's scoreless at the beginning of the game, both players are already starting off with their game plans, hitting right to the middle of the court, not giving each other any angles to work with or come in on.
0-0.
Heavy serve will open up the scoring for Parris Todd. Best 2 out of 3, games to 11, win by 2. Both players very routine-based, take their time in between points. Christian targets the backhand on a return, and Parris Todd cranks the angle right back the other way.
I think Parris's game plan right now is to keep Kaitlyn Christian back. She knows that Christian is so good at the net, so those serves are very crucial right now.
Wild on the return for Kaitlyn Christian. Parris Todd taking the early 3-point lead. And the altitude certainly a factor all week. Every player has to manage it. Parris Todd scrambles to the net first, and again keeps Kaitlyn Christian back to your point.
As you mentioned, the altitude playing a huge factor, Mish. I mean, Parris was just messing around with her paddles before the matchup during her warm-up, just to make sure she's getting the right weight on there to get that top spin.
4-0.
Nice read from Todd. Kaitlyn Christian had anywhere to go, and Todd took an early step. Got it done.
Parris is just dialed right now. She's making a lot of shots, and she's moving really well.
5-0.
Call was wide from Kaitlyn Christian. Nice run for Parris Todd early. All dripped away, and Kaitlyn Christian finds the scoreboard.
You could tell Kaitlyn Christian's been working on her game. She's staying back right now against Parris Todd, and she's kind of mixing up her ground strokes. I kind of like that look from her. It's unexpected.
1-5.
Marking Kaitlyn Christian laterally is Parris Todd, opting to stay back at the baseline. Todd has that versatility to her game. She can do both. Grind you from the baseline and also can cover a lot at the kitchen too.
5-1.
Yes, and as you mentioned, she's able to come up, but she, not only that, she picks the right times. She never rushes herself. That's what makes her such a tremendous singles player.
It's a nuance that looks easy, but it's not. That return was just deep for Kaitlyn Christian, who might look to challenge it. It was close, and she will use her free challenge on that sequence. Clarification on the call. Red dot.
Beautiful instant replay here at the PPATour. crystal clear.
No guessing. Everyone gets closure after that. Parris Todd focused, passionate, locked in early.
7-1.
Ooh, earned the pop-up shot. Couldn't connect on it. Side out back to Kaitlyn Christian.
That was a good timeout, even though she didn't get the call there. It's a good timeout to regroup as she's trailing right now. See if she could implement some strategy she was thinking about on the bench.
Timeout. Seven, 1.
Again, kitchen coverage on point for Parris Todd. Snaps a few volleys, gets the ball, and point right back.
Eight, 1.
Such a good mover. Nice spot for Kaitlyn Christian on the return. That's one way to get Parris Todd out of her rhythm. Move her around a little bit.
Yeah, and you saw the depth of that return was actually short and low. And that makes Parris move out of position from the baseline where she's so strong.
1-8.
Hate to see it.
Eight, 1.
Another heavy serve from Parris Todd. She's 2 points away from taking the first.
Really, it looks like Christian hasn't settled into this game yet. Few unforced errors and
9-1.
up against a strong Parris Todd. Got to get your act together here.
Point.
This is the 6th meeting between these two.
Game point.
Christian took out Parris Todd and Mesa, getting revenge from the Tucson final in the quarterfinals. And here's game point
10-1.
for Parris Todd. Wow, what a get. Oh, Kaitlyn Christian staying alive.
I love that she was composed during that shot. She was able to move so well. I love her athleticism. She's picking the right spots to get her out of position.
1-10. Side out.
Another missed serve for Kaitlyn Christian. That's a few now.
And they're very
Point.
particular places where she's going. So she's dialing in that serve. She's got to go big. She might as
10-1.
well as she's down.
Point number 2. Just deep
Point,
for
game.
Kaitlyn
Timeout,
Christian.
game.
Parris Todd here in game 2.
Okay, right off the bat, you see
Wow.
Christian coming up to the net. That's what she normally would do right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how she's going to start game 2. I like that look. She's going to put pressure on Todd.
And if you're Todd, knowing she's going to come to the net, how do you manage that?
1-0.
What's the strategy back?
Strategy is to turn on those passing shots. Got to amp up the footwork.
Point.
There's one. A rocket. Christian stays back, and Todd still finds the opening.
But like I mentioned in game 1, Parris Todd's serve right now is just so good. Christian doesn't even have the opportunity to get
2-0.
into the net.
Drop. Wow. Christian. Wow, what an angle from Parris Todd. Anywhere to go on the court, and she picked there. Nobody saw it coming.
Definitely the point of the match. Both players on their toes, getting to every ball. That's what we love about singles.
Unbelievable wheels from Kaitlyn Christian. She is a scrapper As lengthy as she is very quick. Got to a couple of those, what were
3-0.
projected to be winners from Todd. 3-point cushion now, game 2 for Todd. Just wide.
Side out.
Christian has to continue that game plan of moving forward. Even though she feels like she can't get all the way up to the net, at least it applies that little pressure that Todd needs to do in order to pass her.
0-3. Let. Reserve. 0-3. Side out.
The miss from Kaitlyn Christian. You can tell the frustration settling in a bit. Still hasn't found her peak performance yet from what we've seen of her to start 2025.
3-0.
4 finals to start the year, my goodness. Can that mentally weigh on you for pros if you're making finals regularly and then suddenly,
4-0.
take... Welcome back. Time now for our Proton play of the game. It was the most epic point of the match we've seen so far. Kaitlyn Christian, just when you think she's out of it, oh no, she comes back in a full scramble. Parris Todd cannot believe she got that ball back. She had to weather the storm at the kitchen. Kaitlyn Christian continued to battle the baseline. Finally an overhead. Kaitlyn Christian leaning to the right. Parris Todd finds the sneaky angle to her right and burns Kaitlyn Christian to her left. So far, Parris Todd locked in. First of 3 matches for her, and for Kaitlyn Christian, first of 2 semifinal Saturday matches. She's also advanced to the women's doubles and got to call that match, correct?
Yeah, beautiful match from Kaitlyn Christian. It makes you wonder if she's concentrating on that women's doubles later on today. It's her first semifinal appearance of the year.
Point.
Nice clean winner again for Parris Todd. 5-0, the damage.
Five zero. Point.
Yeah, all Parris needs to do right now is just stay in her game, stay focused. Kaitlyn Christian needs to find her ground strokes right now. She's been struggling with it. This is the first time I've actually seen Kaitlyn Christian on a bad day. You know, she's been playing so well, it makes you wonder, these players might have a bad day.
6-0.
We're all human, right? Wow, there it is for Kaitlyn Christian. She's got it in her. You wonder how much of that, though, is what Parris Todd is doing in her game to cause some dysfunction on the side of Kaitlyn Christian.
Absolutely. She's not giving Kaitlyn Christian what she wants, which is to come up to the net and control the net. Parris is doing a great job of keeping Kaitlyn Christian back at the baseline, and you could tell she's uncomfortable with missing a lot of those ground strokes.
Ooh.
Point.
Was there just too far behind it, and Kaitlyn Christian gets her first point of game 2. Looking to surpass her game point total from game 1.
1-6.
Let's see if she can get up to that net again.
Point.
This connection on the volley, a great setup for Parris Todd. Scrambling on her side, and Kaitlyn Christian grabs 2.
No rush for her right now. She's working her way up. Usually she wants to hit one and go in, but now she's really just being consistent on the ground strokes and inviting Parris up to the line, which is giving her some trouble.
Well, there's the name of Kaitlyn Christian's game and what got her to 4 finals to start the year. That's more Kaitlyn Christian-like.
Yeah, we're going to look to see her continuously coming up now. I was wondering why she didn't do that in game 1.
Yeah.
Because that is definitely her strength. She comes from a professional women's tennis background where she loves manipulating points up at the net. So let's see her take the net in the singles matchup.
Side out.
Parris Todd perseveres and gets it right back. Unforced error from Kaitlyn Christian on the 3rd.
6-3.
little cat and mouse battle at the net ends off the tape.
It's not something you see nowadays in pickleball, as both players up at the net in singles doing the cat and mouse. I love that. That means that you're really playing some strategy now.
3-6.
Heavy cut serve, and it works for Kaitlyn Christian. Takes 3 steps before striking the serve.
I love the variation and different look. You need to have that in your toolbox, not give your opponent any type of rhythm.
4-6.
Wow, what a play. Parris Todd has a deep return to the backhand of Kaitlyn Christian, then spreads her out wide to the forehand side, heads up play, side out.
6-4. Point.
Again, the return got away from Christian.
7-4. Point.
2 in a row for Kaitlyn Christian, not something that you typically see. She did use a slice on her serve. I wonder if she could utilize that slice on the return.
Yeah,
8-4.
has to find something quick.
There's that slice on the backhand side.
Called it.
Kaitlyn Christian, she will find a way. She knows if she makes a couple mistakes in a row, she's going to try something different. That's what I love so much about her game.
4-8.
Nice.
Side out.
Touch from Parris Todd, goes down the line, then whips it back to the corner.
Beautiful control from Parris Todd.
Yeah, 'cause it's not easy to pass a player like Kaitlyn Christian, who has so much length.
Also very explosive.
8-4.
I love seeing that combo again. The slice return, coming in, giving her time, getting up to the net. When she takes the volley, she's not going to hit back to the baseline. She's going to come up short because Parris is all the way back waiting for that ground stroke.
Yeah, the game almost comes to Kaitlyn in that way when she's finding ways to get to the net first. Oh, it's good. Wow, Kaitlyn Christian didn't know what to do with it. She thought for sure that ball was going wide. Somehow lands in. I was fooled as well. Looked like the trajectory was going to push it way wide.
It's a shot that you don't see very often where it's kind of floating over the net like that. I love that Parris stayed engaged in the point, was able to hit that two-hander at the net.
8-4.
Nice.
Point.
Clean pocket down the line. Parris loves her backhand. It's one of her favorite shots.
What I love about that shot too is that she sets up so early and she takes really small steps to come up to the ball to get the right positioning to hit that.
Point.
In the net it goes. Match point for Parris Todd and Hunter Johnson. On behalf of our Yola ready to play, he is locked in, doesn't have to go far for his upcoming match against Quang Tuong in the semifinal. I've heard him in between every single point, cheering on Parris. He's been engaged and locked in. Kaitlyn Christian misses the volley. Parris Todd advances to championship